Hi there, I'm Budda and you're watching Dr. Guitar, show for all you guitarists out there. I just found the perfect home amp or the perfect recording amplifier. It's the Fender Vibro Reverb. It's one of their Mexican series, one of the reissue silver panel, and it's spectacular. It's a 5-watt amp, but it sounds huge when mic'd up, and by that I mean when you put a microphone in it. I'm having my Royer R10 and the Biodynamic TG88 in front of it, and they're capturing a big sound. It's not that big in the room. I have it almost cranked up, have it on 6, so it's already overdriving a lot. It's this rock and roll tone. But it's almost, I can almost speak on top of it, but it's exciting. So let me play, and I'm recording it with the Amethyst as usual, my voice. My voice is being recorded by this Jay-Z Microphones Amethyst. And now you'll be listening to the Amethyst. So this is unplugged. This is me speaking. It's louder than my voice, but it's almost hearable. I don't think it can compete with a drum completely, but I bought it because I rehearsed at my friend's Ruca Lacerda place, and he had one. I played it, I loved it, and I rehearsed with it, drum and harmonica player, and it was sounding spectacular. It has that great thing of being able to be overdriven. By the way, I'm playing my Epiphone Sheraton. It has Lindy Fralin Pure Path, and all the electronic is remade, so it's a really great sounding guitar. And I'm using this beautiful George B. strap made for me. It has my signature. I'll do an episode on these straps. These are made in Portugal, custom made, incredible leather straps. But I'm using the guitar straight to the amp, just by turning down the volume. And the difference between an overdriven tone and a slightly less overdriven tone and a clean tone, the difference in volume is barely none. And this is great because if I would put for example, my matchless DC-30 to overdrive like this, it would be really loud in the room. And in this room, I mix right over there and I record right over there. So this is not only a great amp for home use, but it's a great amp for those of you like me who record themselves in the same room. So you can crank the amp, be recording, and you don't need to have your headphones full blast in your ears just to listen to the backing track. You can use this amp and it records beautifully as you are listening. Another great thing that it has, it's a Fender. I'm a Fender guy for sure. So another great thing it has is that it has 2 inputs. I'm plugging into the first input, the higher input. And just by changing the input on the amp to input 2, it lowers the gain and you get a cleaner sound. This means you get less sound going into your amp. It's like a fixed gain setting. Every amp that has 1 and 2 inputs means that one input is louder than the other, so you have 2 options of loudness, 2 options of gain going into the amp. This is great while balancing an humbucker guitar with a single coil guitar. So imagine I want to get my clean tone with this guitar, which would be probably on 5. I have my clean tone set up. Let me change to my next chop tank, where I have also one of these beautiful George B.S. straps. So by plugging it in to the lowest input, it's kind of wimpy, but sounding good. Let me plug it in to the 1 input. So it's compressing a little more. I can even drive it a little more. So it's on the verge of breakup. Let's change again to the Epiphone. And I can either prefer to have it driving even more, or I can tame it down a little. So it can be my humbucker input will be the 2, single coil input would be the 1. I have it here in the studio mic'd up. Just plug in any guitar I want and it goes like butter. Let us check out, because it has vibrato, of course, that's why the name Vibro Champ. They put in a reverb, a digital reverb, which is a hall setting from Fender's catalog. It's a cool reverb. It's my least favorite part of the amp. I would prefer a spring reverb, but I know it would make it costier, and that's the price we have to pay. And you can go from real slow to real fast. This is what happens when a piece of gear is incredible and this amp makes me play. The reverb is beautiful, the tremolo is great. I'm using it the slowest setting and just a little, so you barely hear it if I'm playing. When I stop playing, when I hold a chord, and it is after the reverb, so if you play, you hear it modulating the reverb. Let's take the tremolo off. It doesn't come with a foot switch in order to make the price go down, I guess, but it is foot switchable, both reverb and tremolo. Since I have a lot of Fender amps like the Deluxe Reverb, Twin Reverb, Princeton Reverb, they all have the same foot switch, so no problem to me. But it's a bummer if you don't have a foot switch. Although you can, differently than in a Princeton or in Deluxe Reverb, where you can only access the tremolo via the foot switch. Here, it's always engaged. Let's hear just the reverb. It can get really big. Maxed out. Let me just change guitars. Just a great amp. Simple to work out. I love Fender for that. It's bass, treble, volume. You have two inputs, so you can tailor if you want it more distorted or less distorted. So here it is. Cleaner input. Really great. That's it, my friends. I hope you have liked the episode. If you haven't done it yet, please consider subscribing. I have to thank my dear patrons for supporting the show. You guys keep the show going on. If you want to become a patron yourself, I thank you in advance, and you'll be getting early access to episodes, free video lessons, free backing tracks. My huge thank you. You can also become a YouTube Pro member, and you'll get all of that in YouTube platform. Thank you so much. I'm really curious to hear your comments, or better yet, to read your comments down below. We'll see each other next week. Bye-bye.